Hello, hello, hello. Sorry about that. Let me just stop this music. 'Cause we don't need that now. Hello, everybody. I had to play the music off my phone, which is why it was still playing when I came in, and why the mic was turned down. Because in order to do that, I have to plug it into the mixing disc, and I can't mute the mic any other way than just turn it down, which is annoying. But for the first time in ages, Spotify on my laptop just decided not to play ball tonight, as it does sometimes. But it's been a while since we've had that issue. Was annoying. Anyway. But hello, hello, hello. Hi, all listening from work. Again, always listening from work, Andy. Not Andy, Ray even. Ray is always listening to us from work. Right, we've also got Daniel in the chat. And the mothership is here as always. Oh, that doesn't look good. Am I going out, guys? Are you getting me? Because I've got a very blurry screen with a nice little spinny on it. Spinning circle. Oh, John's here. Hello, John. Are these hellos getting through? 'Cause I can't tell if I'm going out or not. It says excellent connection. But then my preview thing is just a blurry image with a spinning circle in it, so I can't tell if that excellent connection is a lie or not. I hope it's not a lie, that the spinning circle is the lie. But do let me know if you can in fact not see and hear me, 'cause that would be bad. It's a bit worrying that no one is responding at the moment. You're all saying hello to each other, but nothing. Fine, man. Okay, cool. Yes. Right. I hate it when it does this and the preview thing doesn't actually show me if I'm going out right or not. We'll just have to ignore that. It's very off-putting, but we'll just have to ignore it and go ahead with the stream as if there isn't a spinning circle over my face right now. Right, let's make a start, as we pretty much always do, with our go-to first song. I'm not much of a talker. I can't seem to get the words out. Can't seem to get the words out. It's like something is very out of tune there. One sec. It's saying it's all in tune, but that did not sound right. You see, we get the truth when we put the capper on. There we go. Let's try this again. See if it works now. Not much of a talker. I can't seem to get the words out. It's like they get stuck somewhere between my brain and my mouth. I'm not very popular, instantly forgettable is always more my style. It's okay, just shut up and force a smile. But I come alive on the stage lights, and I live for big nights. And I'm in my best with a guitar and a mic, and I don't speak in real life. life, but God, do I do nightlife? I don't know why, but I come alive. Please don't ask me to socialize. I'm not much of a social butterfly, but I fly so high. People say I got quiet voice. I'm shouting, but I'm never heard. From up here, you hear every goddamn word. 'Cause I come alive on the stage lights, and I live for big nights. And I'm at my best with a guitar and a mic, and I don't speak real life. God, do I do nightlife? I don't know why, but I come alive. So don't say you know me if you never see me. You can't possibly see me behind this voice. I'm trying to say my own divine. I try to get out, but I can't help the hype. It's only about music and bright lights and big stage and late nights makes it alright. 'Cause I come alive on the stage lights. I live big nights, and I'm at my best with a guitar and a mic, and I don't speak in real life. But God, do I do that life? I don't know. I come alive. I come alive. Da-da-da-da. Got there eventually. Right. Hello, everybody. Screen is perfect. I guess I can see and hear you. Cool, 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 cool. Everybody says they can see and hear me. That is good. That is good. You know what I'm going to try and do? I'm going to try and do something because I'm always a little bit quiet on this. So I think I'm going to try. I'm going to try and turn this up and then turn this down and see if that's better. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Ah. I think that's a bit better. I can hear me better now. So hopefully that means there's more signal going in there, but then it's not going out too loud and peaking. I don't know. I don't really know if it's better to have it louder on there and then turn it down on there, maybe. I'm still working out how to do the sound best for these things. Because anytime I have it any higher than I've currently got, it peaks on there, and I know that means there's going to be feedback because I've listened to it before and I've heard feedback on it when I've gone too loud. But all of this sound stuff is stuff that you just sort of learn by doing it, which is annoying because it means the first few times you try and do stuff, or in order to learn something, you have to basically just mess it up first. Right, let's see if that's a bit better. Ray just casually sending us a bit of a British flag and some sunglasses. It's not sunny out there, Ray. I don't know why you're sending us sunglass emoji. So it's definitely not been sunny out there for us today. It's been pretty miserable, the weather today, and it's cold. And I meant to put my slippers on before I started my stream, but as usual, I have forgotten. So my feet will be freezing by the end of this because I can't curl them up under me. Normally I don't bother wearing slippers because I sit like all curled up in a little ball on the sofa, so I don't need slippers because my feet are just kept warm by the rest of me. But you can't really curl up and sing, so my feet are very exposed at the moment. I don't actually know where my slippers are because I had thought they were in the lounge and they weren't. And I thought maybe they were in here, but they're not. I don't think they're in my room. I haven't seen them in there if they are. They might be in a pile of clothes in my room, maybe. That's usually the case. cool. Oh, that's just your way of saying cool, is it? British cool. Right, we have a normal stream for once. We've done 2 in a row of the songwriting streams, and then we didn't have one last week. So it's been a while since we've done one of these ordinary streams where all I do is just chat and sing, and there's no like songwriting going on. There's no long pauses while I attempt to create something and come up with nothing. I have been doing some songwriting, just not in stream, because I'll be putting up a video tomorrow. There'll be like an update to the Bad Guy song again. My feet are cold too. It's that time of year when your feet are just always cold. But I'm putting up a video tomorrow. It's going to be an update to the Bad Guy song. I've done a bit more work on that, so I've got a bit of an update there. And it's going to have a little announcement about what my plans are for October. And my plans basically are chaos. I don't need to give you details. The details will be in the video tomorrow. So you get to see the madness I have come up with for what I'm planning to do for the month of October and Halloween and stuff this year. In predictable Emma fashion, I have not planned in advance. I have come up with all of this in the last week. And I've come up with several different things I want to do. So expect me to be dead in November, just in time to go back in the studio and record this frickin' album. I've also got demos to work on and all that time. I need to actually still work on the demos and stuff and write like violin parts and things. But hey, I have no one but myself to blame. Hopefully it'll all go really well. As long as like there are no setbacks where I really struggle with one of the things I'm doing one of the weeks. I don't want to spoil it for you guys because you can find out about it tomorrow, so I don't want to spoil it by telling you all about it now. But as long as I don't get any major setbacks, I should manage it. I'm already doing pretty well, so with getting things sorted for it, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, what songs do we want next? It's one of those streams again where you have to tell me which of my songs you want to hear. And then I am an because I hadn't played that one in ages. Then the one that I've literally played the other day goes horribly, and the one that I haven't played in like a year is fine. It's amazing already. How is the violin going? It's going well. It's going well. I think I've reached the point where the violin I'm playing is not really working for me anymore because it's just a cheap little practice one, and it's a cheap little practice one that's a little bit damaged. I've worked out as well, because I was looking at it the other day and I went, bridge. Is it the bridge? Is that what I think it's called? The bridge. That bit. I need to look it up now. Make sure this is the right. I think it's called the bridge, the thing in the middle, but I might be misremembering that. Remind me later. I don't want to update now. Isn't it annoying when you go into apps on your phone and they're like, do you want to update me? It's like, why are you telling me this now? I'm trying to use you right now. No, I don't want to update you while I'm trying to use you. How annoying. Yeah, it is called the bridge. The bit in I've got a picture for you there. You guys can see. Don't know if that I need to look at OBS to work out if you guys can actually see that or not. One sec. That bit. The bit in the middle of the violin that holds up the strings, the bridge, it's supposed to be perpendicular to the violin and perfectly straight is what it should be, right? Mine bends towards the fingerboard, which is definitely not right. And it's a bit wobbly in its bend as well. It's not an even bend in that it's just bending that way the whole way. It's bending like that, sort of a diagonal. So the G string, I kept finding that every time I tuned the G string, it never seemed to stay perfectly in tune, even if I didn't move the peg. And if I bowed one way and then bowed the other, it'd be out of tune and then be in tune, out of tune and in tune. And I think it's because the bridge is a bit off. And I think that's messing with the tuning of the G string. And it also doesn't sound very good when you play higher up the violin. At first, I could write it off as just, it's just, I'm a bit ropey, and as I get better at it, we won't get that horrible note. But no, I think that's just the strings don't sound very good further up the strings. on this violin, which is not shocking because it was probably a very cheap violin when bought new, and it looks quite old and it is a bit damaged. So, yeah. Did you lose your temper with it? No. It mostly just laughed when I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's not good. Bridge is not meant to look like that. It's a bit worrying. It's probably why it sounds a bit off. But, it's just a cheap little practice one that someone's lent me. So, but I've actually, bit of news, I've booked in on Friday. I'm going to a violin shop, a proper violin shop that sells like proper fancy violins, like really expensive. I would never be able to afford them violins, but they also make their own violins, and they have a variety of stock. And I'm gonna get myself a good violin, something that will do me well for a good few years, and I won't need to upgrade it anytime soon. Like, and I'm not just gonna go and buy another practice violin. I'm gonna buy something that is good enough quality to record with and perform with if I decide I want to. And to keep me going because I've worked out at this point. It's been when did I get the violin? Late July, was it? So it's been over 2 months now. And I have practiced it most days. The only times I don't practice it are when I'm literally too exhausted to do anything, including move off the sofa. I'm so tired that just going to the toilet feels like a chore. So those are the only days I haven't really practiced it. And on some days when I've been really tired, I've come up and I've practiced it and I've felt better afterwards. So I'm pretty sure at this point, 2.5 months in, practicing it almost every day, unless I'm literally too tired to even feel like going to the loo is something I want to do, then it's probably something to stick out. Do they do part exchange? I think they do, but they would not want either of the violins I have, because one, I can't give that one away. That I need to give that back to the person I borrowed it off. And the other violin I have is a half-size Stentor student model. There's no way they'd want that. That's like one of the cheapest student models you can get. They're good quality student models, the Stentors. If you're going to get a student model for a beginner violinist, get a Stentor. They're really good. I am saying that right, innit? It is called Stentor. It's got a T in it. I'm not good at remembering words. I think that's what they're called. But they're really good quality. They're the ones with the little soldier's helmet logo. They're really good quality practice ones. But they're for students. They're what you get your kid to practice violin when they first start out. So a violin shop because this is a proper violin shop that makes violins and it sells Stradivariuses. So they're not going to want a Stentor practice violin that I had when I was like 10. They wouldn't be able to do out with that. So I'm sure I think they do part exchange, but it would be for proper violinist violins, not you played violin in school violins, which is all I've got. So it's going to be expensive. It's going to be expensive no matter what. I'm probably going to end up dropping at least 400 quid on whatever I get. Probably more than that, but we will see. Wait till you're famous. They will want it then. Well, I have thought about, because my little practice violin, there you can get so many of those little half violins, and because they can only be used for a certain amount of time, there are more out there really than anyone would ever need to give to all of the kids who want to play violin. So you probably find there's an excess of these Stentor half-size violins. So because I've thought about putting it on Facebook Marketplace, and I go on Facebook Marketplace, and there are 20 odd listings of people trying to flog one of those half-size violins, and you can only flog them to someone who's between the ages of I'd say about 8 and maybe 13 max. I doubt anyone older than 13 would be able to play a half-size violin comfortably because they're tiny. So I've thought about taking the strings off it and like sanding it down and painting it or something and turning it into a little artwork and giving it away or something. But I just haven't bothered because, one, you'd have to take the strings off, and that sounds terrifying. Oh, that sounds terrifying. How do you even get the strings off a violin? I don't know, because all the advice says that just don't try and change them yourself unless you absolutely have to, because it's actually not something you can just learn to do really easily like you can with guitar. They're not easy to change because the bridge isn't glued down. The bridge on, that's why that one's bent, because it'll been knocked out of place. They're just positioned, and the strings are what hold the bridge to the violin. So you really shouldn't try and change the strings on your violin unless you know what you're doing, because you could end up moving the bridge, and then you end up with a violin like I've got that's it's a bit messed up. Anyway, let's have a song. We've been rambling about violins for good 15 minutes here. You will get me started, won't you, John and Ray? John and Ray with their getting me started on my violins. What are you guys like? But yes, I'm very excited to go play some expensive violins and then cringe at how much it's going to cost me. It would be less to just hire a violinist on the album, probably, but I want a violin, so it's silly to do both, which means now I have to get good enough to be able to play on the album. There's going to be some terrible violin on that album. I just know it. Right, I'm going to pick the song, as you guys haven't given me anything. I'm going to go with... Andy's not here yet. Where's Andy? He said Wednesday and Thursday as well. But he's not here, is he? I haven't missed him in the chat. No, he's not there. He's not there. He's definitely not there. Maybe he didn't see the post. I did do it quite last minute because I didn't have a thumbnail because I'm disorganised. Anyway. What do I want to play? I put my reverb on now and I haven't decided what I'm going to play. What are my songs? Songs. I have songs. I'm going to do a bit of Tragic Hero. I feel like doing the angry one. This would have been good having some violin on it. I bet this would have been great with some violin and cello on it. One day I'll re-record all these songs off the EP. One day. Forgot this one's a lot louder than the last one, so I should turn that guitar down, really. Tragic hero, I wasted too many wishes on you. When you draw your arrow, I know just what you're trying to do. Misery loves company, I guess that's why I only see you when I'm sad. If it can't be misery, I guess it's gonna have to be you're gonna make me mad. Why can't you just get along? Why can't you just be wrong for once? So go ahead and fire. You won't hit me where I'm standing there. Go ahead and fire. Try and bring me down, doesn't really matter anymore. You say you can have a spell. There was no war anyway. Wise commander, I just can't follow your God-given advice. Oh, Queen of Banner, you're not so sure. Sorry. Oh, King of Banner, you're not so good at being nice. Don't understand me much, must be that I'm losing touch of reality. Can't be losing your touch if alone is not enough. The problem must be me. Why can't we just let it go? Stop putting on such a show for once. So go ahead and fire. You won't hit me where I'm standing there. Go ahead and fire. Try and bring me down, doesn't really matter anymore. What you say you can have a spell. There was no war anyway. tragedy, you're nothing more than a pain to me. Check the window at the door, 'cause I can't take it anymore. The fighting, the poking, the constant provoking, the way that you chat, then you act like you're joking. You smile all the while like you do me a favor. When I talk back, you're like, so whatever. Getting on the start, I'm just a man about, 'cause you're traveling the world and breaking all those odds. There's no more time for a little more. That's the way it's gotta be. Then go ahead and fire. You won't hit me where I'm standing. Yeah, go ahead and fire. Try and bring me down. Doesn't really matter anymore what you say. You can have a spell. There is no more anyway. Ow, my wrist hurt. That's why my reverb had got knocked into the hall position instead of the plate reverb position, which is why it sounded like I was in a massive hall. I wondered why my reverb sounded so cavernous, and that's why. There's a word for that. Cavernous is an actual real word. You did not need to invent cavernous, because cavernous is an actual word. Oh my god. English, it's my first language. And I regularly butcher it. My wrist is genuinely sore. I think it's the combination of the weird way you have to hold the violin bow and then all of the strumming on guitar. It does not like those two. Makes it very angry. This hand's doing all right. I think actually playing violin is making this hand tougher again, because it's gotten used to some pretty lazy shapes to make on guitar. You know, I don't tend to do a lot of the complex chords, so you get like sounded goodish. Oh, the reverb. I know. At first, I thought that said goldfish. I was like, what do you mean it sounded goldfish? What does that mean? And that's all goodish. Oh, goodish. The reverb. The reverb. Right. So yeah, this hand's getting toughened up again. Because you have to hold a much more uncomfortable shape to play violin than you do guitar. I've been spoilt with guitar for all these years. I've forgotten how hard violin is on your body. Like, if you've only ever played guitar, try violin. Seriously, try violin. Just try it. Try it so that you know what pain feels like. You don't know pain until you play violin. Because everything hurts. Your back hurts. Your neck winds up hurting. You get a horrible little, not quite a bruise, but one of those pressure thingies that's almost a bruise right here under your chin from holding the violin in place. And you get a crook in your neck. And you get like a proper ache all the way up your spine. Because if, you know, in order to hold it properly, you really have to stand up straight. So you have to force yourself into good posture. So you end up standing for ages in this really rigid position. You get an ache in your arm because you're doing that the whole time. You get aches in your wrist and around all your fingers, especially that one. That one gets proper angry at you. And that arm's not really any better, right? Because that's going back and forth the whole time, and it's holding this really unnatural position that you can't actually do without the bow in it, because it's so unnatural, your fingers just won't hold it. Because you pop your little finger up on the bow, and you can't really hold that position without something to prop it up on. So your little finger on this hand also starts to get a bit angry. In fact, it's just generally a punishment for your little fingers playing violin. Have I mentioned I love it? We can all blame John for this. He got me started on the violin. You should know not to mention that at the moment. I'm very much fixated on it. I will spend the entire stream talking about which pieces I'm doing at the moment and how my A major scale is sounding very good. I might need to move on to me, what are they called? The scales that aren't proper scales. The ones where you do every other note or so. Oh, what are they called? Those. Anyway, not the proper scales, not the normal scales. The arpeggios. That is what they're called, isn't it? Or whatever they're called. Them. I might need to move on to them soon. I'm getting bored with my normal scales now. I started doing my etudes as well, my studies. My etudens. Because I've got a Kaiser etuden book as a composer for anybody who doesn't know. And I've got a book that I was working on, and studies are like they're little songs that are basically written to try and make you do all of the difficult techniques. So this particular one has got a lot of using the fourth finger instead of the open strings, 'cause the fourth finger on every string is the same as what the open strings are, except the top one, of course, 'cause there isn't a string above that for it to be the same as. So it gets you to use that a lot, because that's then it gets switching between the two gets a bit trickier. It gets a lot of swapping between sharps and flats and naturals, and I love it. But yeah, I've been starting on some of them 'cause I got a bit bored playing Omi Bambino Cara over and over again, especially as I don't think I can get it any better until I can get a violin that doesn't sound terrible up in third position. 'Cause it just sounds so bad up there. And I don't think there's anything I can do about that. I don't think I can improve the technique enough to make it sound any better. Anyway, I'll stop rambling about the violin and I'll stop. I'm not excited about Friday at all. No. Give me a song you guys want to hear before I get started again. And then we can ramble about what I should wear for Halloween instead. I need to pick some open mics to go to for Halloween, 'cause I like to go to open mics at Halloween and dress up for it and get lots of footage of me playing songs dressed as a zombie or something. Oh, I should take the I'm in love with a ghost track with me and dress up as like dress up as a ghost, like a really crap ghost costume, just a sheet over my head, and sing it in ghost costume. That has to happen. That has to happen. Baby steps, wear me out. Baby steps, wear me out. Right, we'll do baby steps 'cause Andy isn't here yet, and Andy likes wear me out. We'll hold off and see if he shows up. But we'll do baby steps first, and then we'll do wear me out. As they came in that order, anyway. One, two. See, that reverb is so much better now. Doesn't sound like I'm in a cave. Stop, fall apart, repeat. Keep your hands in your pockets and your eyes on your feet. Having conversations with a mirror, trying to make my point a little bit clearer, but talking sure ain't no mean feat. 'Cause I got shoes, I know that I shouldn't follow every little job, but I got shoes. You know that, you know I fall apart, so let's leave it at that. And just take baby steps, darling, baby steps. Baby steps, darling, baby steps, just one foot in front of the other, one word after another. Oh, baby steps, darling, baby steps, just take baby steps, darling, baby steps. Maybe one day get it together, but for today, let's take another baby step. And I'll feel doubt on me. It's too much energy on every new person I meet. But still, I crave the attention. Gotta find a way to decrease attention, 'cause the world ain't just gonna sit and wait for me. 'Cause I got shoes, I know that I shouldn't fall over every little trap, but I got shoes. You know that, you know I fall apart, so let's leave it at that. And just take baby steps, darling, baby steps. Baby steps, darling, baby steps, just one foot in front of the other, one word after another. Oh, baby steps, darling, baby steps, just take baby steps, darling, baby steps. Maybe one day get it together, but today let's take another baby step. Ooh, oh, oh. There's no rush, these things come with time. So be a little more kind to yourself. Don't be deciding you're doing just fine. And beating yourself up don't really help. You've got the answers right there in your mind. Just have a little more faith in yourself. You're doing just fine. So just take baby steps. Oh, oh. Just take baby steps, darling, baby steps. Baby steps, darling, baby steps. Just one foot in front of the other, one word after another. Oh, baby steps, darling, baby steps. Just take baby steps, darling, baby steps. Maybe one day get it together, but for today, let's take another baby step. Ooh, oh, oh. It's definitely time to cut your fingers when, as you're trying to play guitar, you just keep scratching yourself. Fingernails even, not your fingers. You don't want to cut your fingers. That would no, that's no. Yes, they've definitely reached a point where I never understand these people who grow their fingernails long to play guitar like that. Because I just end up snapping them. And then once they snap, they'll end up catching on the strings really annoyingly. And I find that it's harder to pluck like this with your nails too long, because then you get this sort of double. You get like that, which isn't nice. You want that, a nice clean pick rather than a... Anyway, just a personal preference, I suppose. I suppose if you can get them long enough and strong enough, then it's probably really easy to do really fast like that. It's exactly what that sounds like. That's exactly what that sort of guitar sounds like. Can you tell I'm tired? 'Cause I'm proper giddy. I had quite a full-on week last week, which is why we didn't stream. 'Cause I took on a shift at my work to cover somebody else. This is why I'm not working today, which is nice. Which is why I'm actually got makeup on, because I wasn't working today. Whereas normally, obviously, I'm playing right after work, so I don't really have time to do makeup, and I can't be bothered doing makeup after a full day at work. But yeah, I covered someone's shift and I'd picked up an extra Saturday shift as well. So I was doing 5 days last week, and it went 5 days in a row, followed by a day. It was 3 days in a row, 1 day off, 2 days in a row, 1 day off, 2 more days this week, and now finally I'm off for 5 days in a row now. And I can't really sit and chill because I have made too many plans for October. And October is 2 days away. Well, not even 2 days away now. More like 1 day. We've got 1 full day left before it is October. And I need to get stuff filmed and prepped, really. So I can't just start relaxing straight away. It's like, oh, I need to get something filmed today. And then I'll probably need to get some stuff filmed tomorrow. And then I'm going to go get a violin on Friday. And then maybe on Saturday I'll relax. So I'm very tired and giddy. And it will likely be that way now until Halloween. And then after Halloween, I'll just collapse. And then I'll go in the studio and I'll be tired all over again. This is just the pattern of life, really, isn't it? Every time you think, oh, I can relax now, you think, should I relax though? Or am I going to regret that in 2 days' time after I've relaxed for 2 days when I realise there was a bunch of stuff that I really should have done on at least one of those days? And now I've got even more to do the following week, which just means the pattern just repeats of you want to relax because you're tired, but then you wind up being tired because you've got all this stuff to do that you didn't do while you were relaxing. Plus all the stuff that you forgot that you had to do because your brain just cannot hold information for that long, so you completely forget about little things you need to do, like send an email to somebody or change your guitar strings or right, let's have the depressing one. I don't think we're going to have Andy tonight. I think he probably hasn't seen the post and doesn't know which is a shame. Hopefully he'll catch us next week. Let's have the depressing one. I'm not angry, I'm just tired. I should turn the reverb back up for this one. 1 sec. This one needs reverb. I'm not angry, I'm just tired. I'm not sad, I just wanna know. This gun's got bullets I am fine. And they weigh me down, 'cause I know I won't win. So I hold it in, but it's crushing me from the inside out. Wanna let it rip, wanna scream and shout. I want you to see just what you've done to me, but I don't want you to know what you could do to me. So play the fool, yeah, just being cool, and the hush of my mouth. I don't wear myself out. Should wrap my hands around your neck. The blood on your sheets stain them red. I'll be fine, just give me a sec. These thoughts out of my head, 'cause I could deny it, try to hide it, but it's crushing me from the inside out. Wanna let it rip, wanna scream and shout. Want you to see just what you've done to me, but I don't want you to know to me. So play the fool, yeah, just being cruel, and I wish of my mouth. I know myself out. You're wearing me 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 down. Just scared to make a sound. I hold it. You always win, but it's crushing me from the inside out. Wanna let everyone wanna scream and shout. I want you to see just what you've done to me, but I don't want you to know what you could do to me. So play the fool, yeah, it's being cruel, and I shut my mouth and allow myself and allow myself I don't let myself out. My favourite to sing along to. I know you like this one, Ray. Ah. Here's one people like to belt out. It's a belt out kind of song. Nice and easy to learn as well, 'cause it's nice and slow and the lyrics are pretty easy. I painted my nails literally last night, and I don't know why I did it, 'cause I knew I was going to be doing a lot of guitar today. And already one of them is just, the middle one is just, there is no nail polish left on that nail in the middle. It's just got a little go faster stripe up the middle. I don't know why I did it. That one's also really, really badly chipped. The ones you use the most on here. Oh well. Pointless. It was pointless repainting these nails. 'Cause I realised I hadn't done it in ages, and my fingernails are starting to look a bit naked. 'Cause they're meant to always be black. That is something I have done since I was like 14 years old. I honestly, it looks weird now when they're not black. I've gotten so used to it that whenever I look down, it's like, oh, all my nail polish is chipped off. I can see flesh colour under there. That's not alright. I don't bother doing any other colours though, because I think like any colour other than black looks good chipped. Looks alright chipped, but if you were to do red and chipped just doesn't look good, does it? It doesn't work. Any bright colours chipped, they don't work as well, I don't think. So I feel like black, when I chip it, it doesn't look bad, so it's fine. Right, I think we'll probably finish at 9 o'clock. I know I said I was going to do a bigger stream, 'cause we cancelled, but because we've got a few people in the chat, but we haven't got all of the regulars here, and it's not a massively big stream this. And I've spent most of it talking about violins. Apologies for that. I think we will probably call it at the 9 o'clock mark, and we'll have a bigger stream either next week or the week after, maybe. I'm not going to swear that it'll be next week this time, 'cause learning from past mistakes. But yeah, we'll have a bigger stream sometime this month. I mean, we're going to have a Halloween stream. Halloween is on the Sunday. I may well go to an open mic on the Sunday, because if I'm correct, there should be a local open mic on the Sunday that I know everybody really goes for it with the costumes. So I'll probably be at that on the actual day of Halloween. You know, barring any COVID restrictions being put in place by then. But we will pick a day. It'll probably be the Wednesday, maybe, unless there's an open mic I want to go to, because obviously I want to try and prioritise open mics that week, if I can. So if there's an open mic, we might do the Saturday maybe, or we'll do the Friday maybe. Who knows? We'll see. We'll pick a day, but we're gonna have a big Halloween stream like last time. And I'll try and bring all of the content together that I'm trying to do for Halloween and make that into something for the stream. And we'll try and play some games again, like we did last year, and I'll dress up. Sorry, I no longer have any idea what day it is. Oh, Andy, bless you. Your whole concept of time has just disappeared. You just missed one of your faves. We'll have to do another of an Andy fave. What's another Andy fave other than Wear Me Out? Try to remember which other ones you really love. You got a bit of a soft spot for Broken Bones, ain't you? You got a bit of a soft spot for Broken Bones. Is a weird sentence. In any other context would sound like a threat. Let's do a bit of Broken Bones, Don't Grow Back Stronger. 'Cause I'm pretty sure you like that one too, don't you, Andy? Oh God, I can hear the bass part I've written for this in my ears right now. That was a weird feeling. My brain just instantly went, there's your bass part. Very confusing because I know you guys can't hear it. Broken bones don't grow back stronger. That's just something we say to numb the pain. Pressure all away. And knowing real hunger doesn't make you any better at the way. And I am not grateful for all of my scars. And we are not brave just for being who we are. So please don't be so patronizing as to tell me that pain builds character. 'Cause I am not more interesting for all the times I've been hurt. You don't get to tell me that it's worth it for all I've earned. 'Cause I'm not more beautiful because I've been burned. See, the bone grows back the same, but you get these aches and pains that you never used to get before. The muscles and the brain, they just ain't quite the same. When they get hurt, they feel it more. And I am not grateful for all of my scars. And those aren't the words. And now you have scars where you used to have heart. And now you're not so sure of who you really are. So please don't be so patronizing as to tell me that pain builds character. 'Cause I am not more interesting for all the times I've been hurt. You don't get to tell me that it's worth it for all I've earned. 'Cause I'm not more beautiful because I've been burned. No, oh, 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 oh. Ooh, 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 There is no beauty in the scars on my skin. And I am not stronger just because I didn't give in. Please don't get credit for what I had. Don't be so patronizing as to tell me that pain builds character. 'Cause I am now more interesting for all the times I've been hurt. You don't get to tell me that it's worthy for all the hurts. 'Cause I'm not more beautiful because I've been burned. Oh, we have reached the point where my brain is just not functioning. I was just about to say that. That's my favourite. Yeah, everybody loves Broken Bones Don't Crack Stronger. I didn't expect it to be as, when you write ones, there are ones that you know that you think that one's good. People are gonna like that one. Like when I wrote Baby Steps, I felt like people are gonna like this one 'cause it's fun and it's cute and it's sweet and it's really easy to sing along to. People are probably gonna like this one. But then there are others that you write and you think, I don't know if this one will be that popular really. It's probably just one that I'll really like. But everybody loves Broken Bones Don't Crack Stronger. And I thought that would be one 'cause, it's quite long and it's not exactly a sing-along kind of song. Like you're not going to be able to sing along to that one as easily as some of the others because it's a bit all over the place in terms of where the melody's going. It's a bit more jazz than I normally write. Let's be honest, a bit more bluesy jazz kind of thing than I normally write. It's got a very smooth. It's going to sound very smooth in the studio. Like it's sounding nice. The drums on it are already very nice and smooth. I think I'm going to stick some cello on it as well. I think this is one of the ones where I'm thinking I'm going to get some cello on it. Getting Polly to do some cello for me on some tracks. I booked her in. Excited. That'll be a good day in the studio, that. 'Cause I'll just get to watch Polly do her genius. I'll just get to sit back and be like, just do you. I trust you. I've just booked her in for a full day because I've got 3 tracks that I'm thinking I definitely want cello on. And I figured, right, there are 2 others that I'm looking at, maybe. And if I book her in, then we can definitely give those 2 at least a look and try some things out. Maybe try out some others on some of the others and see. But yeah, I didn't know that would be one that people would love quite that much. And now I'm torn because there are others that when I'm recording in the studio, I think, this one's going to be a really good single. But I'm like, do I want to put this one out as a single instead? 'Cause this, I think before I decide for certain which ones I'm putting out singles, I do need to go to an open mic. And I need to play just a bunch of the new ones. And no one's allowed to record them. And see what people think. We'll have to try and arrange one where the locals can show up. Tell me which ones they like. Right, I think we're just going to do one more because I'm at that point where I need a wee. So I would either have to take a break to have a wee, in which case we'd be going for another half hour at least to make it worth it. And I don't think I want to go for another half hour tonight because you can tell how giddy I am and how half the words out of my mouth aren't even proper words at this point. How tired and giddy and away with the fairies I am. I'll be less like that next week, I think. I'll be a bit more chilled next week, I think. That, or I might be worse. Who knows? Like I've said, too many things I have planned for Halloween. Too many things. I have to edit that video tonight. Anyway. Do not think about your massive to-do list that you've created for yourself. Instead, think about how you're going to end on a 2-minute burst of joy, as we always do. We'll end on our 2-minute burst of joy song that we like to end on. Yes. Yes, we shall end on a bit of wasting my time. And I shall say toodles for the evening. Oh my god. You got a wicked sense of humor, yeah, it's dark to the core, and it only makes me laugh more. You don't care that I'm crazy, you don't care that I'm rude. You seem to like me better with a bad attitude. No, I don't get bored, I always have fun. I give you every second that I have under the sun. 'Cause I don't mind wasting my time if I waste it on you. I don't mind whatever you like, I don't care what we do. Just want one more minute, one more second in my day, chilling like a villain with my best mates. No, I don't should you make the time fly away? Every minute we're together, I just can't help but smile and love how you have it in your head and style. No, I don't feel lost, I always feel alone. Since you came along, I know I'll never be alone. 'Cause I don't mind wasting my time, you know, wasting on you. I don't mind whatever you like, I don't care what we do. I just want one more minute from a second in my day, chilling like a villain with my best mates. No, I don't mind wasting my time, you know, wasting on you. From Malta Nice, from those warm hills to that beach, from that sunset to that jet set, these roads so cobbled streets, spending all day in the sun or a late night in the pub. We get dressed up or messed up. It's you I wanna see, it's you I wanna see, it's you I wanna see. So don't mind, it's too much time, you know, it's still on you. I don't mind whatever you like, I don't care what we do. Just want one more minute from a second in my day, chilling like a villain with my best mates. No, I don't mind, it's too much time, you know, it's still on you. Ta-da! Hey, right. We shall call it for the evening. So, have we got a date for next week then? Yes, we're doing Wednesday again next week. We probably will. We'll definitely do a stream next week, no matter what. Whether it's a short one or a full-on one, we'll see. But I've got Wednesdays off as well for most of October. I'm not working Wednesdays for most of October because I swapped shifts with people. So, yes, we will do Wednesdays. So it'll be Wednesday next week and Wednesday from here on out until Bake Off is over. And I shall put up that video tomorrow about everything I have planned for October, guys. But for now, I shall say toodles. So I shall head off. Have a nice evening. Bye.